Hey, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Deal or no deal? I guess the answer is no deal for now. I was just telling Joel, if you weren't looking at your charts today and you saw, oh, S&P is up 0.5%, you would probably say, hey, cool. That's a perfectly fine way to end the quarter. But if you did look at the charts and you saw where we were and you saw where we are now and what's happened in the last hour plus, you'd feel a lot differently, right, Joel?
Yeah, good afternoon, traders and investors. A rally that is given back 40 handles as we speak. Just a big turnaround off the open. Just actually during the show, we saw the market go green, opened right at unchanged, dipped a little bit below that, and then you got all the way to 33.84. That was into the vicinity of your September 17th high. And then you know how much I like 50% retracements. That came in at 87 and a quarter. So missed that by just a little over 3 points, but a heck of a target. Now you came back and momentarily we made a new intraday low, dipped under unchanged. But the jockeying for position here going into the end of the quarter close is in full tilt here. We're back up 11 and a half handles. Crude has a good day, up 62 cents at 39.91. Gold still struggling here under 1400, down 1010 at 1893.10. Silver loses 24 in a hurry, now closer to 23. That's down a $1.05 at 23.39 and a half. And Bitcoin, not much of a range today, trading down $30 at 10,785.
So you've got the Democrats and the Republicans taking different tacks with how they approach the stimulus negotiations. You've got the Republicans saying that we're not close at all. McConnell's saying we're not close. No, they want 2.2 trillion. Can't get that. We're not close at all. And then you've got Pelosi, who's trying to downplay it and say, yeah, we're having extensive conversations, and we found some areas that we agree upon, found some areas we don't agree upon, but we're still working towards it. So the Republicans are just saying, yeah, we are not close to a new stimulus package. And that was the headline that we got at like 2:20-ish.
Oh, yeah.
And that was your catalyst today for the sell-off. And that's where we stand, Joel. We got 15 minutes or so left in the quarter, if you can believe it.
What a quarter it's been. Just let me format this. I don't like to go shorter than a 15-minute time frame on this, but I think in this circumstances, I think you have to go into that 5-minute time frame and drill down here just before the 2:30 hour. That was your big red warning bar. There you go. And then slight recovery to 33.70.
Pull your
Uh,
chart. Pull your chart up.
and I would change the time frames, and I didn't put the chart up. So there's that when the news came out. So intraday trading a little bit treacherous today if you were looking for a trend day, closing on the highs, but still looks like we're going to have green on the session. For the quarter, of course, we made that all-time high at 35.76 and a quarter, illustrated there. Nice double top. And your low, I'll have to do some digging here for the low in the quarter. Basis where we have July, August, and September. I'll look at the monthly chart here, and your low for the quarter, that was way down there, closer to 3,000. So, yep, your low in July was 3,052. So, not quite settling midway. You're gonna be starting out the quarter here below the quarterly pivot, which I'll figure tonight on the close. We'll see. As long as that 31.98 holds, that we made that low last week, you got to be kind of optimistic about this market. Sure would have liked to see it clear that 50% today and close above it, but tomorrow's a new day.
Yep. All right. Not a light day on the news front. How often do you get a midday press release from a public company announcing a new partnership. I don't remember the last time we've seen that, but we got one today from Datadog. They had a PR out at 11 a.m. Eastern announcing a strategic partnership with Microsoft, where Datadog is now going to be available on the Azure platform. And there's your catalyst for DDOG today. I don't know the last time I've seen a midday PR. These companies try to get all their news out either before the open or after the close. So this was unusual.
Yeah. Just from a technical standpoint here, 95. That had been your high, I believe, almost right on the 95.32 was your high just on Wednesday, and then go back a little bit farther, and you had a high right in that area, 94.90. You had the open, and you were kind of trending higher into that announcement, and then boom. You took off after the 11 o'clock hour, making a new all-time high by a wide margin here, 1170. So shorts blown out of the water on this one, and looks like we're going to be closing in the upper quadrant of the today's range, which bodes well for tomorrow. That all-time high, 107.99, and some big boys are getting involved here. Looks like your average volume right here is around 4 to 5 million. Over 27 million shares are going to change hands in today's session.
Wow. I don't want to ask what the average daily volume is, but I'm sure it's not that.
It's probably like around 5. Just eyeballing it here, it looks like it's around 5 million, 6 million. Okay. I do see some days where it traded under 4. I see an anomaly day. It might have been earnings or something where it traded 14 million. But this one, the volume varies. I mean, you had 1.6 only on Friday, but this is probably one of its biggest volume days on record, and that bodes well for a continued breakout tomorrow in Datadog.
All right, mixed day as far as the direct listing IPOs are concerned. Palantir trading lower. Asana, last I checked, was trading higher. Yeah, I mean, it's more or less flat.
Tough, yeah. We talked about this one, Palantir Tech. We'll see how that shakes out. Only one day of trading. And then is that Asana, the Asana that, are you still using the Asana?
Yeah, we've used Asana at Benzinga for a number, at least 5 years. I don't know how effectively we've ever used it.
It's tough. Yeah.
I'm not a great user of Asana, but we've been a paying customer of theirs for quite some time. And it's one of those workplace productivity platforms founded by, again, I mentioned this morning, one of the early people at Facebook. And
you know what I used to call it?
No, what, Asana? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what you know me too well, Spencer.
Yeah.
I was not, old guy like me doesn't do great with those platforms, but yeah, we'll let this we'll let this shake out. Like I said, daily volume, first day of trading. Not gonna could give you the high and the low and the close, but that's it. Going to wait for some technicals to develop, and then Palantir looks like they overpriced that one a little bit, right? That came in after initial jump when it came back down to that opening price. And then which one did you say that Morgan Stanley had some problems on their system?
Yeah, that was CNBC reporting about Palantir, where I guess a couple. So if you're an insider or if you're an employee, former employee, you have shares and you want to sell them, you're allowed to share up to 20% of your stake before the lockup on these direct listings. And I guess some Palantir shareholders were having issues logging into the system to sell their shares. I don't know how that has impacted the market today.
That's not fun. S&P's waking up here. That dip under unchanged, that was bought right up here. Yesterday's close was 33.75. That little dip there took us to 29.25, and we are almost 30 handles off that low. So an opportunity to buy the dip, sell the rip, and buy the dip in a seesaw session here on Wall Street.
All right, we've been talking, Joel, about the Cramer effect on our show for years. Is today the top? You had the announcement from Cramer this morning that Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, is going to be on Mad Money tonight. But not just that, he's going to make a special announcement, a surprise announcement. I don't know what that is. It could be anything, but it doesn't matter because the stock will trade up 1.5%. Well, now,
Oh, I know. How could it be bad? I mean, would he come on to give bad news?
no.
I know. I mean, it's been a strong stock. The earnings move continued 4 or 5 days afterwards and made the new all-time high. And then that came in with the tech wreck, and that ended with a double bottom just under 240, maybe even a triple bottom. I wonder how close those lows were together. Not super close. 35, 35, 33.63, and then 35.05. But yeah, I mean, it sure looks like it's going to be good news here coming out of CRM, so Salesforce.com.
All right, I wrote down some tickers from the chat this morning. I'll cover those, and then we'll get to some tickers from the chat right now. I saw someone mention Workhorse this morning, but I guess we've gone a day or two without talking about that stock, so can't do that, of course. Have to fix that. How is Workhorse doing here? Down 6.5% today.
Yeah, boy, this is a mover. Just had that rally, and then you just had some profit taking, right? I saw Neo went up and made a new all-time high, and that came in. Boy, this is volatile. Whew. You got the 30 and change. You went right down to 20, and man, this thing didn't even blink halfway back. Important level. I'll give you guys an important guys and gals in here. I'll give you an important level in this one. Moving forward, $25, 25, 25, 25. That was your low on the 28th. Today was your low, 25.08, and there was even a couple lows in that area on the way up. Didn't really stop it on the way down, but shareholders of Workhorse, keep an eye on $25, and looks like we're gravitating towards it as we speak, even though the market is rallying.
I think it was you, Rohan, with Jumaya this morning. I guess we definitely talked about this one. I want to say back half of last week, maybe even Thursday or Friday. This might be the most aesthetically pleasing chart, at least going back to July, that I've seen in quite some time. I mean, it just looks nice.
Well, not if you were long when it went.
Oh no, I'm not long. I'm not, nor am I short. I'm just saying the chart.
Strike when the iron's hot with this one. I mean, if you've been waiting for the pullback, there it is. $8. Institutional accumulation. They don't seem to want to pay up more than $8, but you just got a patient buyer in here. Initially, this thing went to $50. Came in under 20. Tempted to rally again, but boy, I'd have to go back and look at the dailies. This is a long consolidation here, kind of a rounding bottom. This is, I believe, Gene Munster still likes this one. We've had him on the show. Yeah, he's talked about this one. So, what you're risking here. You're going to need a little bit of a catalyst, Jumaya Tech, and I don't know if they have earnings or maybe an upgrade or something to get it going. But long quiet period has. So this one's getting ready to move.
For whatever it's worth, I've flirted in the past with buying the Africa ETF, EZA. I have not done it, but I've flirted with that idea. And Jumaya is, of course, the quote unquote Amazon of Africa.
Yeah.
A couple more tickers here from the chat. We mentioned briefly this morning, or I did, Starbucks. They got some love from Cowen this morning.
Yep.
Upgrade there, and some love on CNBC at some point today. Up 1.5% here. Have not looked at Starbucks too closely of late.
Let's see here. Let's look at I'd like to see how this traded in the pre-market. Boom. Let's take a look. Let's throw that extra colors in there. And you went on to improve on that pre-market high. You'd been trading around $87, I think, when we talked about it on the show. You did a little better than that in the regular session. But interesting one on this one. Your high, 87.15. Boom. There's seller lurking at 87. 2 consecutive highs, 87.24 and 87.32. Now way back under 87. So that's the gateway to higher prices, and it doesn't look like we're going back there tomorrow. So up day, but still a little bit of a fade on the Starbucks upgrade.
All right, Nikola is up 15% today because rumors are flying that GM could just take a larger equity stake in the company. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm going to be bearish on Nikola until their lockup expires, which is going to be closer to the end of the year, mid to late December. I would not want to touch this thing until the insiders, before the insiders dump their shares, is what I'm saying. But anyway, up 15% today off that headline. Nothing.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's just it's just going to stay in this area. What's the low from a few days ago? What, like
So, it's interesting because you had like one of those panic lows at 16.15.
Yeah.
And then I don't think people that wanted to own it could get enough of that price. Last 3 days bottomed under 18, 1788, 1751, 1793. $2.50 away from that one. I guess I would. It's hard because you blew through the 21, 2098, 2167. I guess you're just going to have to wait on the news on this one to see what GM does. You had mentioned that they're going to double down on it. I don't know what the price is of their initial stake. I didn't know.
I don't think you know what their price is.
Yeah. GM though, and that stock has been punished along with Nikola. The initial day that news came out popped over $33. Found a home under 29. Looks like pair of highs at 30, and we're approaching that above 30. Be able to get a little bit more back, but once again, news dependent on this one.
Akash mentioning Dropbox. Wow. This is surprising to me. I guess I hadn't retained this price action yet recently, but this is a company that IPO'd a couple years ago, doesn't make money, not profitable yet. But I'm surprised at the weakness in Dropbox, knowing what we know about this stay-at-home trade and cloud.
Oh, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Not much to say about this one. I think if you're looking to buy this on weakness, of course, got a couple lows in the same area here. 19 looks to be your support, and your last 3 trading days. Look at this. Not an inside day, like some people thought they were going to catch it today. Your last 3 lows, let me pull it up for you. Your last 3 lows are 1910, 1908, and 1901. That's on the downside. On the upside, 3 highs in a row. 1942, 1949, and 1953. So little push above 1950 here. Maybe this dog could get out of the doghouse and rally a little bit. Long less than half the price of that all-time high that it made in July when it went to 43.50.
All right, we got about a minute left in the quarter here. I didn't look at the earnings calendar because I assumed there wasn't much, but I'm glad I did about a half hour ago because I didn't realize that Constellation Brands, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Pepsi and Conagra all report tomorrow morning. So we actually have some interesting earnings reports tomorrow morning. As we approach 4 o'clock here, Joel, there is definitely some jockeying happening out there.
Oh, boy, look at this.
Back and forth action. It's intense.
Yeah, they got it up in the 60 handle. I just went for Constellation Brands if you're trading this, folks, and this is a mover. 3 highs flanking, what is that, 190.5. Keep an eye on that if you're looking for a breakout above resistance. And last few times it dipped down to 180. There are buyers there. So wide range in Constellation Brands. We'll see if people have been enjoying their spirits over the last quarter.
Moments left in the quarter. Here we go.
Yep. Pepsi. Let's just take a look at that. Oh man, Spencer.
Whoa.
What did you What
did you do? I didn't do that. What did you do?
Jesus, Murphy. God, man, a guy could get hurt doing this. Look at this. This is just for fun. I'm gonna
Joel,
break.
can you maybe like zoom in on one of those things, or maybe like
I'm gonna break all my rules and go to a
yeah,
1 minute
go to the
chart.
1 minute, go to the 1 minute chart so we can see what just happened there. That was pretty wild.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
left, right? Top left.
yeah. Top left, and
Oh,
boy, oh boy, what an indecisive day here. We just ticked up to 33.60 and a half. If you're using whole round numbers like that, you caught it there. And did something come out, Spencer? Is there some
I'm
news?
on with you. Maybe I should check.
Yeah, that was whew, boy oh boy. End of the quarter. Oh my lord, what are they doing here to this market? I don't know. I think maybe either news came out or it was just a hell of a lot of selling balances. But
Maybe.
yeah, did not check the imbalance feed.
And remind us, the futures close at 4:15.
They close at 4:15, and then they're closed for a half hour, and then they reopen from 4:30 to 5. So man, oh man! But you're marked on the 4:15 close. But boy, I'll be keeping a close eye on this between 4:30 and 5. See if the market can get off the mat here. But topsy turvy day on Wall Street to end Q3. I don't hope this is not a precursor to the volatility coming up. Or I guess I hope it is a precursor to volatility coming up in Q4. S&P is still trying to close green here on a seesaw session.
All right, that was certainly some action right there. All right, if you liked this, that broadcast, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that. Please remember all the information from all of our broadcasts are meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.